my god! It's a Twin Blades variant. There's a Maelstrom on the backside. Phantom's picking up more kills, finds Andrew as well as a triple. Oh, look at Tahaka. Finds the Abathur top lane 6. Great Ring of Frost connecting onto 4 members. We might have a comeback for the ages. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. Will they be able to escape? ETC does fall. What a counter attack by Regen Red, and he's gonna barely get away with his friggin' teleport ability. Holy shit! That was really spicy. My friends, my people, my followers, my subscribers, welcome to the show tonight. I don't know why I'm looking like Ghost Murder again. Every time I restart this stream, something weird happens. I had some sort of bug go on when I was setting up today. My whole computer crashed. So you know what? I'm going to sit here for 2 seconds to try to fix that because we're still waiting on some teams, and I want to spend some moments here while we have some time to say hello and welcome you to the channel. I want to say a quick thank you to Slexia for dropping the 69 bits as she made her way in today. So already off to a good start from you guys. Appreciate the love as always. But tonight we have the Found Vikings, the #1 team in Division C East, up against the #9 team, Bancho. Bancho, they gotta win. They need the points, quite frankly. This is gonna be a very tough matchup for them tonight. And they need these points, at least one, to help themselves in this playoff picture that's unfolding in Division C East. A lot of movement between a lot of these teams. And actually, I have it up on my screen. Let me go ahead and just read some of this off to you. So, I already mentioned the Found Vikings in first place. They have 25 points, just 2 points behind are Almost Legends, and 3 points behind that is Regen Red to round out the top 3 in Division C East. Going down, we have UARC, Calculated Throw, Wood League, Zul'jin Distillery, and Winky Face. And then right there at number 9 after Winky Face is where we see Bancho, just 1 point behind Winky Face right now. But they have a couple matches less played than some of these teams above them, so Bancho has room to improve, but it has to start tonight, has to be up against the Found Vikings. I'm not exactly sure where our teams are, but it's going to be a big one. You're in the right spot if you're here today. Mic is super low. Well, we can make it louder. I lowered it because you guys complain I'm too much murder sometimes. But if you want more murder, I can give you more murder. Hopefully that is... Now music is super loud. Okay. You know what? How about this? How about this? Music is super loud. You know what? Music's super loud for me too. Let's just lower it. There we go. It's a little bit lower. Made myself a little bit louder. Hopefully this is perfect. But yeah, I was basically saying, Bancho, they gotta win. And without them here right now in a match, I don't know who's holding this one up. Hopefully we're not looking at some sort of forfeit situation. But definitely going to be excited to show you guys this. Mic a bit quiet, music a bit loud from Shui. Just got a DM from you. Could be the music. Yeah, probably Shui. Most likely, yeah. Nexus Gaming Series with the big, fat zombie raid. Thank you so much, NGS. I hope that, I'm assuming that was the Monday Night Showdown. Why is it over already? What was going on the NGS channel this early? Lord if I know. Maybe it was an early start to that Monday Night Showdown. Excuse me for not being aware of every single match going on. My apologies. You know what? We're going to figure it out. We're just going to look. Was it Calculated Throw in Almost Legends? It sure was. And I would love to know the result of that game because we're still here in Division C East. If you guys are Division C East fans, you're definitely tuned in to the exact stream that you want to be at. Bancho tonight, they're going to be your team on the left-hand side. Just confirming that with my teams joining this lobby I see that has just been created here. But anyway, those of you who were talking about the mic, looks like, oh yeah, Shui giving me the okay sign. Shui, I got you. All right, we're good now. Shui says. Blue Steen version 2, the captain for Ban Cho, getting the invite here to our lobby. So it should just be a few more moments, and we'll be hopping in here to game number 1. Looks like it will be Volskaya Foundry for our first map of the night. And if this lobby is set up correctly, this was the map selection of Ban Cho. But we're gonna wait just a moment to confirm that. And I just got results here in chat, although you guys got them a minute before me, or however you want to look at that. You're hearing me report them to you a minute later than we both figured it out. But it's Almost Legends taking the 2-1 victory over Calculated Throw. So how does this change the standings? What it's gonna do is give Almost Legends 2 points, and as I mentioned earlier, they were just 2 points behind the division leaders, the Found Vikings, but now Almost Legends, with 1 game more being played, they just finished out their entire season with tonight's matchup. They're going to end at 25 points, so the Found Vikings control their own destiny with their final game. They just have to pick up 1 map to secure that #1 spot. Although I guess Regen Red still also has a chance to pick up 6 points in the standings. Still with matches against Ban Cho, who we see here tonight, and Wood League, I believe, is that last remaining match. So Regen Red also still in that race, but Found Vikings, they still control their own destiny. Waiting on our final person here in our lobby. Just 1 more left for Ban Cho, and we'll have all 10 players here. No, tonight, no co-caster. It's just going to be Murda. You can party with the party cam. Diablo's here hanging out. The Legacy NGS logo there. Of course, we got Sombra as well. Maybe soon in the Nexus, question mark? We'll find out. Everyone's here. Alright, I'm going to throw my R out. Let them know I'm ready to go. And yeah, I hope you guys at home are ready to go. Ban Cho against the Found Vikings, who have found themselves with quite the lead here in Division C East, trying to secure it all. Just the 1 map here for the Found Vikings should do it. If they pick up 2 and get the win tonight, they will lock up 100% into that #1 slot. So a lot on the line here tonight. The Found Vikings, a lot on the line tonight for Ban Cho just to make it to the playoffs. Seeing Wait in chat. Is everything okay? Question mark. This might not be okay. We might have a re-lobby. And Shui, someone in chat said, "Go Leafs, go" here in our lobby. I don't know if I can show you. It's too far down here. It's covered by my overlay. But I know there's some Maple Leaf fans out there. So if you guys are tuned in from Canada, from Toronto, go Leafs. Blue Steen version 2 is the one in support, in case you're keeping track. I guess we're going 3 seconds, and here's our first ban from the Found Vikings, and they're gonna go ahead and ban out a Nubarak. Powerful tank right now, as you guys know. We don't need to talk about it too much. It's gonna be banned out quickly here, or I guess slowly. They took the full timer on the ban, but they're gonna use their first ban on it. Kael'thas, the first ban for Ban Cho. Now we're back over to the Found Vikings. Wondering if they want to continue banning out some of these tanks. Maybe take away the Diablo as well. Might set them up on something like a Johanna with their first pick. But anytime I see these tanks being banned out early, it makes me want to think they want to grab it, because there's just not too many right now to choose from. Instead, it's going to be Ana as their second ban. So take away a tank, take away a support. Both of them start with the letters AN. Coincidence or Illuminati? NGS, you decide at home. 8 seconds left for Ban Cho. They don't need all 8 seconds. They're going to ban away Diablo. So there's another tank. Now we're getting just a little bit deeper. Johanna, the next in my list. We'll see if the Found Vikings are comparing notes with me. And there it is. Johanna will be grabbed by the Found Vikings. She's been very dependable here in Division C East throughout the season. Actually, all throughout Division C, she's been leading the way. At one point with as high as a 70% win rate. PJ Tim going to pick up the Crusader here with the first
New
pick
follower
there.
detected.
With Found Vikings. We do have a follow coming through. That's from Abashore. A member of Regen Red finally hitting the follow button. As we see 2 picks here for Ban Cho. It's Jaina and Tyrande. Picks are locked in, written in my book. If you guys are wondering why I keep looking down, keep your notes at home. If you're casting, always keep a little notebook, keep a pen. I use these Pilot G2s, although mine's missing its clip. But dependable, reliable, just like Alex Straza on Volskaya Foundry. They're going to pair it with Mephisto, the Found Vikings, trying to get on some comfort. And I know this Alex is one of them, especially here on this map where you have the control points, you're fighting over them, and that Dragon Queen. I don't need to mention it. You know at home it's going to get some value. We're going to see what the Found Vikings can do with it. Sailor Sky going to be our player on that hero tonight. Back over to Ban Cho. They're with their final ban right now, and they're going to lock away the Sonya. Haven't seen much Sonya this season, but she will be banned out there by Ban Cho. Now waiting on our final ban. It's back over to the Found Vikings. Already taken away Anubarak and Ana. They have their tank and support. On the other side, still no tank for Ban Cho. Do they want to take away one more right here? We're about to find out. The Found Vikings gonna go ahead and ban away an ETC. So we've seen a bit of ETC played here in Division C East. Of course, Zul'jin Distillery with DeWitt playing a lot of ETC. He's seen some bans over there.
A new subscriber has been acquired.
Okay, Anonymous, thank you for the sub. Anonymous, thank you for the gifted sub, gifted sub, gifted sub, gifted sub, and we did it. Whoever you are, Anonymous, thank you so much. We made it to the subscriber goal. As we see Tychus and Arthas being picked up. So if you guys are just getting these subs, we see Keyhot, Shadow Walker, Corix V, Sam Account, X, and Pattywhack1456. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm Murda. You're now part of the RG family. We got some emotes. You, of course, have the Regen Globe. You throw it out, show some love. And then also we have the Let's Go emote. So root for your favorite team. Throw out that Let's Go, and let's see some good matches tonight. Maiev and Blaze, the final 2 picks here for the Found Vikings.
Has been acquired.
And now we're back over to Ban Cho with their last pick. After grabbing away Tychus and the Arthas, they get a tank or possibly an offlaner with that Arthas. They gotta figure out what this final pick is. Probably some sort of bruiser or tank. I'm just not certain on where this Arthas is gonna go quite yet. And yeah, it will be Stitches for the main tank, and I like the Arthas matchup with the Blaze and the offlane. Shusui against Dicky. That should be a fantastic matchup. I'm stoked to see it. But chat, enough of me talking, and it's time to hear you guys a bit. Hashtag BC or hashtag FV. Vote for Ban Cho or the Found Vikings here in game number 1. What do you guys think? Who's going to win this? Volskaya Foundry's the map. It's going to be a pick comp with the Stitches. They're going to try to pull some stuff back and lock it in. And on the other side, somewhat of a control CC comp with the Blaze, with the Maiev. You even get a bit, of course, with the Johanna's Blessed Shield. The Found Vikings, they lead this division. 25 points with a domination tonight. Actually, with a win tonight. They only need 2 points. They will secure themselves the number 1 seed in Division C East of Season 6 NGS. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to game number 1. The challengers currently sitting in 9th place. We got Ban Cho, Blues Steen version 2 on the Tyrande. Shusui going to be playing Arthas, Quinal on Stitches, Sagodin on Jaina, and last but certainly not least, make some noise for the spicy one on Tychus. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Spice. They are Ban Cho. Over on the right-hand side, we got your division leaders, Cyan on Mephisto, Sailor Sky playing Alexstrasza, Dicky on Blaze, Contender on the Maiev, and last but not least over here, we got PJ Tim on Johanna. They're in first place, ladies and gentlemen, the Found Vikings. And the Found Vikings are going to find themselves with a death early. That's only 20 seconds in, and Bancho already on the board. And they're a comp looking to stack. Of course, you got Fingers of Frost. You got the Howling Blast quest for Arthas. This is the globes? Yeah, dash. Okay, so regen globes for Tychus, which is going to be easy pickings in the 4-man rotation up top, as we are currently watching down below Arthas versus Blaze. Jaina gonna show up trying to slow Dicky a bit, and this is a lot of slows. Body blocks as well from Arthas. Shusui Howling Blast, and now Blaze in a world of trouble. It was 1, now it's looking like it will be 2. Yes, it is. Bancho with 2 kills, but Jaina getting countered up. Arthas pulled back by Contender. Howling Blast, the only thing keeping Arthas alive, but let's recap. Bancho up early over the division leaders, 2-1 in kills. Stitch is going to try to defend this fortification camp. Rhonda also making her way down. Arthas here as well. They got to get on this point. They will. Big 3-man stun there by Piranha. Now the damage coming out, but abundance from Alexstrasza. Going to keep the members standing on this point alive and healthy, but not until Jaina shows up. 3rd kill of the game for Bancho. BJ Tim still trying to get away, and will, because Dicky with the jet propulsion helping his team get away, or will it? Mephisto stuck himself around 1 moment too long. 4-1 Bancho. They saved their camp. They get the turret. I believe Arthas, yeah, down bottom. Juicy's holding on to that turret. But what an early lead here for the number 9 seed. Looking good on Volskaya Foundry. They're at level 4 first, and they have a full level lead, because while that was going on, a bit more soak was happening up top. Tyke is still up here. You see minions being missed left and right by the Found Vikings. This is a considerable lead. Control point A should be soon, and item control already looking to be in the favor of Bancho. They have the 1 turret. It's now going to be matched up here by Maiev and Alexstrasza, who are grabbing this. Yeah, and I don't know if you can hear my announcers, but I updated them to Korean. It's super cool. I now have 85 new announcers in the game. So yeah, that's what that is. But I'll do the commentating for you guys. Control point A active in just 5 seconds. Still no support camp, but it will be started up here by Bancho. They're trying to move in, but showing up in response will be Johanna, or will she? She doesn't even want it. They only want the XP. They don't get the camp. That'll be in control of Jaina. And also in control right now, Bancho on control point A. They're starting up this channel. 5% already ticking, as they have still a half-level lead. The XP gain has been a bit diminished here by the Found Vikings over the past few minutes, as some bits are coming in from Key Hots. Appreciate that. And once again, welcome to the RG fam with that gifted sub you got, my friend. Push coming up top. The Found Vikings trying to get value created in their own ways. And up top with this siege camp, they're going to try to find it on this wall. But showing up in response is Arthas, unlocking in this Maiev. 60 health, 45 as low as it got. Maiev gets away. The turnaround happening from Dicky, and that's all she wrote in this fight. But not all she wrote on this point, as Stitch is still holding it steady. 85%'s the channel time. But here comes Blaze. He'll get here with enough time on the clock to hold it. But it's going to be an overtime situation, or will it? No, Dicky stepped out of the box. And that's going to be first protector over to Bancho. Kinal just in the right spot, scaring Dicky away. And maybe a bit of a misstep, quite literally, there by Blaze. Bancho going to prioritize this mid-wall first. They drop the laser at one of the turrets down, working on this second one and the wall, as Abundance keeping a few members healthy here from Found Vikings on the other side. They're trying to stay sturdy in the defense. All 10 heroes are here, 2 inside the protector, 3 outside, of course, for Bancho. Now moving to this top lane as a team. Going to work on their second fort wall. switches up front. There's the charge in by the Protector and a laser beam. Maiev in the abundance, gonna get healed up, and now we'll be looking for that Umbral Bind. She only finds the Stitches, but now pushing forward Fan of Knives, collecting a lot of damage for herself there as the Trigger pushing forward, finishing off the well exactly what they wanted, exactly what they needed, and likely all they're gonna get. But they have to get out of here. Stitch is in trouble. Tyke is in trouble. There's going to be the biotic emitter just to keep heroes alive as they turn around on Dicky with a big hook. Kinal locking it in, the 5th kill of the game for Bancho. And now they're willing to stay here and fight up against this Alexstrasza. Even through that big Umbral Bind, Sailor Sky trying to get all the damage she can get out even on the Alexstrasza, but not enough. Look at the low health bars escaping from Bancho. They're going to lick their wounds and recycle what they've done here throughout the game. Head to these lanes, soak the XP, keep this lead they have going for themselves. Level 7 talents on your screen. Haven't had an opportunity to show you those yet. Both teams looking at their fortification camps. First going to be picked up by Bancho and easily followed behind here by the Found Vikings. That will even up item control. Actually, no, I lied. Jaina's still holding one of those. Arthur's holding one as well now. So 2 turrets in control of Bancho. Just the 1 here for the Found Vikings as they're trying to look at the support camp and active on the map. They don't want to give it up for free yet again, but with these level 10s so close for Bancho, they're being patient just as they need to be. And once these 10s lock in, I'm assuming they want to go onto this camp. And here we go, level 10s being picked up right now. Water Elemental, we got the Dragon Laser. It's going to be Bile from Stitches. Support camp. Going to be picked up and gathered there by Stitches. Final ones, we have, of course, the Shadowstalk and the Army of the Dead, final 2. Not finding too much value unless Stitches can land a hook. Kinal in front of this fort, but doesn't necessarily have a target he wants. But this is the time with their level 10s that they want to be finding something. Is there anything to grab? Doesn't look like it. Kinal just rotating around. Now sharking through towards the enemy siege camp. Maybe they do want to get in here. He scouts it with the slam.
New follower detected.
But will not walk in. Thank you for that next follow. Ma157007. Also missed a follow from Spartacus1217. You guys are fantastic. Thanks again for stopping in tonight and hope you're hanging out for the evening. Control point B just announced. 25 seconds away. Bancho in the lead, but heroics have been matched now by the Found Vikings. They picked up theirs just a moment ago. Warden's Cage, Combustion, Blessed Shield, Lifebinder, and Consume Souls by Mephisto. So a lot of ways to get the damage in. Notably with this Combustion, if he can land it inside the Warden's Cage, Blaze will be feeling good for himself. Only 8 heroes up here right now. Arthas and Blaze just joining. Item control in favor of Bancho. They got the Biotic Emitter and 2 turrets up against just the 1 turret from the Found Vikings. Here comes the fight early. Stitches might be looking for a hook. We'll see who he can find. Shusui making sure the waves can be pressed up and really pressure back the Found Vikings, making their avenue that much harder to any sort of healing. Alenglass hitting 3, and here it comes. A lot of slows being applied by Arthas, but the Combustion on the other side from Blaze. Combo with that. Oh, it's not even enough, though. The Consumed Souls can't get through any health bars. The Warden's Cage holding heroes back, and Mephisto finally gets 2, now 3. Fan of Knives from Maiev as that Biotic Emitter maybe a little bit too late. So it's a 3 for 3. And Maev's going to hearth all the way back. The channel started for Bancho. And, you know, I thought the Combustion coming out with the Consumed Souls was about to just negate anything going on in that fight from Bancho and just kill everything. But the Combustion just a little bit too late, or maybe the Consumed Souls a little bit too early. Either way, only 3 kills there as everyone now from the Found Vikings reappearing here in the top lane. They're pressuring Kinal right off the point. We're tied up just about here at 50% apiece as the Found Vikings start channeling in favor of the red side once again. Full strength up top, but it's level 13s here for Bancho. Support camp just respawned. I saw that Sentinel drop in the bottom of my screen. Here's the Dragon being popped by Alex Stronzik. Moving forward is the Mephisto with the Shade of Mephisto. Umbrify not pulling. Yes, it will. It pulls back and gets 2 kills. Jaina and Tyrande down. Combustion hitting 3 more. And Mephisto should be able to finish off Arthas. Chusui, yep, you're down. Make it a full mega kill. For the Fountain Vikings, this is exactly why they're in first place. A bit of a slow start, but over the past couple fights, once they had their heroics, they're looking like a first place team. This Protector pushing through top. Gonna get this fort like butter. They're gonna make their way over to this keep wall as heroes still haven't fully respawned. Just 2 on the map right now for Ban Cho. Laser gonna get through 1 turret and the wall, make it 2 turrets. Now onto the keep. 40 seconds left, 50% health. This is looking like it will be the first keep of the game. What a power play here by the Fountain Vikings. 50% remaining on the keep. Can they get through it? The Protector, that's all it's looking at, is everyone from Van Trove trying to eliminate the remaining health. Now down to 10%. The keep getting low and will fall. But now heroes are being slowed by Arthas. Warden's cage in the backside. Contender trying to get some kills. It's going to be Tyrande down first, make it 2, as also falling is the Tychus. Chusui and Kinal locked in by the jet propulsion. A quad kill. Keep is already dead. 16's approaching. Can they rotate and find more structures? It's going to be Siege Camp first, maybe mid-4th. Or possibly just the support camp that's also available on the map. Just gonna be the support camp, but holy moly, did the Fountain Vikings start turning it on. Had the mega kill, follow it up there with that quad kill. Keep down. And now they have a biotic emitter moving in with level 16s towards the enemy fortification camp. Mephisto not here, but he does have that global consume souls if he needs to pop it from a distance. Presence of Johanna enough to scare back everyone here from Ban Cho, except maybe Stitch to see if he wants to try to play a hook. Not gonna play it. So that's 1 turret to pair with 1 biotic emitter. Now moving over for their second. We're also continuing to gather some XP here in the bottom lane. And on the other side is Ban Cho now starting to get desperate for the XP. They're leaving Jaina split out up top. They know they're losing camps. Item control is an afterthought now for them. Nothing they can do. So they have to just play it slow. Find this level 16. Hopefully for Jaina, not die. Maiev looking for it. Only finds a Fan of Knives. No one will bind that time. So Godin, a bit fortunate to be out of the way quick enough there. But you see they're having to rotate as a team. Not willing to leave too many heroes out by themselves, including their offlaner, Arthas, who had been up against Blaze throughout the game, now having to be almost babysat by Tyrande and Tychus. But also at the same time, they're finding a bit of value in a wall that's going to make a lot of action relevant in the next few minutes, with Control Point C going to be called out soon here in this bottom lane. Here's Consume Souls to lead off the fight. Not going to do too much there by Cyan. And that's going to be a 120-second cooldown. Absolutely wasted there by the Fountain Vikings. Control Point C active in 15 seconds. So maybe a bit of a window here for Ban Cho to get back in the game. A game they once led early and have since fallen out of the Nexus's graces, so to speak, as level 16 is almost here. This is the moment they're waiting for. They're going to be back on even talents. They're going to look for a fight. Jaina getting the last bits here in this top lane, because eventually that's going to be pushing onto their core. She's willing to leave it as the rest of the team is ready to make their move down bottom. As Arthas losing half of his health pool right off the bat. Johanna almost getting pulled back, but I think would have had that iron skin regardless of it hit or not. This is the fight. The fight for the game. If it goes over to the Fountain Vikings, likely able to march through top, especially if they get those mega kills like they have over the past few fights we've seen. Kinal up front, hooking, missing. with the fishing hook. A bit longer that time from Stitches. Maybe they just wait for the cooldown to come back, as we see one of the turrets already being dropped in the pit there by the Found Vikings. They have one more on hand and the biotic emitter. That's going to be Mephisto moving forward. Only 30 seconds away from his cooldown as the hook misses again from Kinal. And now they're running out of opportunities to wait. They have to make a move in the other direction. Here comes that Warden's Cage, locking in a bunch. Combustion on top of 4. A full channel, or was it? I don't even think it went off, but they don't need it. They get 3. Make it 4. Arthas falls. Jaina the only one surviving, and Maev the only one falling. The Found Vikings about to grab their second objective in a row, hanging back. I don't even think she had to pop the dragon, did she? No, it's still ready to go. Look at that Dragon Queen for Sailor Sky. It's gonna be Alex Straza, maybe? Okay, no. Mephisto in pilot form. Alex Straza in gunner form. But they want this bottom lane. They're not gonna march up top. Instead, they're marching towards the bottom. Looking for a second keep. Dicky leading the way with Blaze and some of that combustion oil. Here comes the protector. Laser down a wall. Orban down a well. One turret down, 2 turrets down. Here come the respawns. Up front's Tyrande. Gonna need Arthas and Stitches. We'll see if there's any sort of hook target, but they really just don't have it. If it hits the Johanna, not the best target. It's the Blaze. He's got Jet propulsion away. Laser's already destroyed. So defense is limited here for Ban Cho as their second keep under serious threat. And the minions might be enough here. Yes, they will be paired up with that protector. Now looking to turn around the Viled and dropped by Stitches, trying to slow everyone during this retreat, but it's the Johanna, I believe, who just took Indestructible, will show you, did, and the turnaround happened, and look at it go! Maev, all you need sometimes is a bit of love, a bit of tethering, and a bit of Fan of Knives. Getting 2 more there is gonna be contender. Kinal, the only one really still standing, and he's about to be flipped to his death as well. Protector about to expire with only 2% health and 3 seconds left. But here come the Found Vikings, looking to close out game number 1 with 20 seconds until the support's back for Ban Cho. This should be all she wrote. Jaina, the only one in defense. The shielding's down. Abundance has been laid upon their feet. And game number 1 will indeed be handed over to the Found Vikings. And here is your match summary, brought to you by Nexus Gaming Series. What started out looking like a game Ban Cho was ready to have in their hands was thrown away once the heroics happened.
New follower detected.
It's the Found Vikings with a bit of a comeback on Volskaya Foundry. They'll take the lead 1-0 in the set. Here are your talents before we move on to a short break, setting up game number 2. I want to say thank you to the latest follow there from Deluxe JSK. Thank you for stopping in tonight, and thank you for hitting the follow button. Ladies and gents, we'll be back in about 4 minutes. Let me make sure our lobby is getting set up and take a bit of a breather. What a game number 1 we just had. Found Vikings up 1-0. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. I do want to say a couple thank yous. First off, subscriber goal way up at the top has been completed. Thank you for our anonymous gifter earlier. Bit goal as well, thank you so much. We're going to try to get in touch with Blizz and make sure Deathwing is now fully funded for creation by all their animators and stuff. So thanks to you guys, Deathwing is coming to Heroes of the Storm soon. The teams are in lobby. Enough of me joking. I'm throwing my ready out there. Looks like we have the Found Vikings ready, and now we see Bancho ready as well. We're going to be heading into Towers of Doom, another map selection from Bancho. They lost game number 1. They got to win game number 2 to stay tight in the standings here. Holding on to one of these spots, trying to at least grab one of these spots, our Bancho. We did, however, just find out the Found Vikings have secured themselves first place throughout the Division C East playoffs. That map 1 win puts them at 26 points. We know Almost Legends finished tonight at 25 points. Regen Red with a maximum of 26 points. Do not hold the tiebreaker, however. It is the Found Vikings who won over them in week 1. So the Found Vikings, congratulations on the first place seed here in Division C East. It is now officially secured as they ban away at Nubrak for the second game in a row. Other side banning away Kel'Thas for the second game in a row. Are we going to see the ban continue here on Ana? Moments away from finding that out. And they will. They use the whole clock. Maybe discussing some of their later picks here in the draft. Back over to Bancho. They ban out Maiev. Way too much of an issue over on Volskaya Foundry. Don't want to see it again here in game number 2. Diablo still available, and it will be picked up. That's what happens. Last game you banned out Diablo. This game you switch it over to Maiev and they're going to grab what they want. Diablo is exactly that. Johanna, a great response here, especially on Towers of Doom. Will be able to help control some of these areas up against the Diablo. Iron Skin effective in prohibiting him from having control of the Crusader. Orphea can be paired up for Slug Godin. And Bancho maybe getting a couple of heroes that they wanted this time. Last time, having to go deep onto an Arthas and a Stitches for their front line. I think they're a bit happier with the Johanna and with this Orphea as their first 2 picks. Here on the other side, we see Stukov being grabbed and Dahaka, and oh boy, is this Dahaka's best map. Sorry my chat was covering that, just realized it, but Dahaka, his best map, of course he'll be hanging out top. He has his brush stock. He'll be showing up, making every fight an advantageous fight for the Found Vikings. Stukov as support, loves to see some grouped up heroes on the other side. Last game, that was a detriment to Bancho. But without the Maiev, will it be as much of an issue? Here we see Li Ming, the final ban for Bancho. We're back over to the Found Vikings, already having their tank and support just like last game, setting up on these roles early. They're looking at their final ban. It's going to be Leoric. And I like that ban. It's going to leave a Blaze open potentially. Might even see something like a Thrall here come out for Bancho. They are on the clock with their 3-4 picks, 12 seconds left. Still need a support. Still need an offlane. And need some other damage to pair with this Orphea. Offlane Imperious. Support will be Oriel. Is that a risky pick? I don't know what I think of it. Will Orphea be enough damage for that battery? Of course, they still have their final hero to select. Kinal, who had played the Stitches in game number 1, the final hero, player yet to not have a hero for Bancho. Final picks here for the Found Vikings, and it's Alarak and Raynor. They get the sustain. They get a bit of burst with Alarak and double silence, now triple silence if you count the isolation from Dahaka. Okay, the Found Vikings trying to control some abilities going off. That's scary. It really scary, and of course you have a lot of slows too for Raynor. Final pick in response here. Bancho's got to make something happen. It's Junkrat. So, a lot of wave clear from Junkrat. Now possibly a much better battery that Ariel can take advantage of. And a bit more finishing power with the Riptire. They can help secure some kills that Orphea starts up. I almost called her Arphea. But anyway, back to chat for you guys to vote. Hashtag BC or hashtag TFV. Throw your damn votes in chat. Let us know who you're thinking here for game number 2. God, Bancho looks so good at the start of game number 1. I'm hoping they can pull out that sort of confidence here at the start of game number 2. But ultimately, it was the Found Vikings. Just maybe a better team here. They grew as the game went on. Looking to do the same here on Towers of Doom. We got to hear your votes. I want to know what you're thinking. But quite honestly, I think this one's going over to the Found Vikings as well. But we're going to find out here as it unfolds on Towers of Doom. On the left side, we got Kinal playing Junkrat Spice on Ariel. Bluestein version 2 up top on Imperius. Shusui on Johanna. And last but not least, still coming out of base on the Orphea, it's Lagodin. They are Bancho. Over on the right-hand side in red, we got Cyan on Raynor, Dicky playing Dahaka, PJ Tim on the big boy Diablo contender. Sporting the Alarak, and last but not least on this side, we got Stukov played by Sailor Sky. Ladies and gentlemen, now having secured the first place seed in Division C East throughout the playoffs, they are the Found Vikings. Level 1's up on yo screen. Oh, booped over the wall. Early death in game number 1 was from the Found Vikings. Almost falling, but of course Diablo with the Shadow Charge out. But it was a big threat, and Bancho showing early confidence already. That's the signs of life I wanted to see. As I completely hit the wrong button, we'll send you back down to the bottom. But that's the confidence I wanted to see coming out of them early, because they started it off nice game 1. And they're going to need that same sort of start here in game 2, especially on Towers of Doom, a map that getting ahead early can give you the bit of confidence you need, especially if you get the forts down. But it's early start from both teams, and a slight XP lead as the aggression is showing here from the Found Vikings, finding an Ariel, but not enough lockdown. Spice able to move away, or will she? Ariel pulled back by Alarak, but not enough damage there to secure a kill. Junkrat has this scouted. They know everyone's here. A mistake was made in game number 1 just like this. There's Concussion Mine on the point to be popped, but not popping enough heroes over. Camp taken. Stolen away by the Found Vikings, and they're staying aggressive bottom lane. All 3 sappers connect on one of those towers. It's down. Orphea is trying to escape and barely will. 44 health as the big Concussion Mine secures kill number 1. Kinal played Stitches game number 1, switching over to Junkrat and finds a kill. Looking good, Kinal. Up top that whole time, it was Imperius soaking up all the minion XP. It was missed a bit as Dicky had to leave this lane. And you see the XP lead started up by Bancho, and this is now looking exactly like game number 1, even more. Camp taken away safely there by the Found Vikings, their second Sapper camp of the game. Altars activating in 20 seconds. Already set up by the point here is Junkrat. Bancho trying to make sure they can secure this bottom altar. Up top, Imperius first. Dahaka, still no one moving towards either of those altars. but Blue Steen getting the advantage here up against the Dinosaur. They're both going to start waltzing their way over to these altars. But Alarak, look at Contender. He's ready to contend this point. Down bottom being contended. So Found Vikings finding a way to possibly get 3 of these channels. Cyan down bottom playing Rainer. He's trying to channel this away, but interrupted by Junkrat. Up top, it's the Haka in trouble. Imperius might be able to secure a kill. There's a spear hitting. Another slow applied, and Dahaka is down. Great job there by Blue Steen. Now threatening away the Alarak. And he should also be able to show up down bottom to help his team win this altar. Great interrupt so far by Junkrat as Orphea now making her way down as well. Moving on this point, Ban Cho. Silence dropped by Sailor Sky, not enough. There's a spear connecting on Stukov. Stukov now having to run away and falls. Great job again, Ban Cho looking good, but Ariel pulled back by Dahaka. Almost killed, barely gets a heal off, 190 health. Dahaka might be able to get the kill or not. No, he can't. Blinds at the right time from Johanna. There's going to be a dig down, but not nearly enough spacing as the 4th kill of the game happens from Ban Cho, and they do push back everyone from the Found Vikings, securing 2 of 3 of these altars, and a 4-shot lead early here on Towers of Doom. Taking a look down at chat, you guys voted pregame, and it looks like the lead was handed over to Ban Cho. Twitch chat, loving the Cho daddies today. Can they get the win on Towers of Doom? An early start says it's a possibility. They're winning this solo lane matchup, which is exactly what they need. As we actually see Imperius taking half of a health bar there to some tower shots. Great drag by Dicky. Down bottom still being led by the Found Vikings. They have a bit more siege power just with the Rainer, but that concussion mine maybe, no, not enough. Telekinesis great from Contender, keeping himself safe. Altar set number 2, not yet announced. There will be those bottom 2 as we know. Concussion by knocking Rainer really far away. Orphea gonna stay in chase, just Ariel here with her. Gonna go ahead and use that hope just to heal up. Didn't want to get too risky. Altars now activating, and it will be actually up top, not down bottom. Completely incorrect caster stuff there, but it is a double altar. Top lane still being managed and well controlled by Imperius. The Hawk has been at this well throughout. Zappers picked up down bottom to push during this altar. Here from the Found Vikings, they'll be pushing in momentarily. As we see top left, top right are the channel points. Perhaps a gentleman's agreement. No, Kinal with a good little grenade from Junkrat. Enough to interrupt Stukov. And now Ban Cho potentially moving in for another. But they can't get a concussion. Ooh, wait, can they? Ooh, sneaky, but Stukov does get the channel off in time, and they're going to trade those off. Still just a 4-shot lead for Ban Cho. They're halfway through level 9, looking soon to have those heroic talents. So getting aggressive here is the Found Vikings. They want to find kills before level 10s here. Whip, the only thing saving Ariel. Great job by Spice, but Charge still coming in. Kinal in trouble. It's just Junkrat still has concussion mine. Actually, no, he did use it. Didn't bop anyone back, but they might find Stukov anyway. Orphea getting the finishing lick on that, and here comes the Endless Beast. Riptire combo. Rainer's really low. Johanna doesn't have anything left in the tank. Concussion mine not gonna finish off Jim. So heroic spent and no kills additionally picked up by Ban Cho. They have to just drop back onto this camp and fight another day. But Zappers will help them match some of the pressure that was started up here already by the Found Vikings. Of course, with this Orphea, plenty of wave clear that she can come in and chomp away. Did she? Okay, yeah, she went with the Mind Devourer at level 7, so grabbing stacks that way, and there's a couple more stacks to see there. Johanna slowing everything down. It's Junkrat though in trouble. Alarak, rather, applying a lot of pressure. Zappers connecting. All 3 connect. Wall and 1 turret down. altar will be spawning in about 15 seconds. Imperious at mid. Dahaka is still up top with that brush off. 10 seconds now as Junkrat trying to set up. Drops his little trap. If anyone walks through it, Ariel the one getting flipped over by Diablo. An instant Crystal Aegis to keep himself alive. Great Eternal Feast location. Diablo could not get away. Dahaka shows up, but Dicky maybe just a little bit too late. Had to use Essence to remain alive, back at full health, and here comes a Riptire blasting through Alarak. Second kill of the fight for Bancho. 7th overall in the game. 3 for Orphea, 2 for Ariel. And now Bancho trying to invade an enemy camp, and this is all theirs. No one's going to be able to walk in here from the Found Vikings. This bottom lane is going to remain under pressure. Zappers just hit moments ago. Here goes another one. Turret number 2 down. Final 2 also going to run home. Stukov not opting to drop his silence to protect those. And this fort now with minions on it and 5 heroes should be falling. Great double spear. Now the turnaround Eternal Feast. Instantly backed out. Not getting too much value that time as Diablo trying to hold him here. Armaments popped by Imperious. Getting the damage through on Diablo, and he pops Abok as it goes down, but not nearly enough to get the kill. Double kill as the counter-strike, not enough either for Alarak. Bancho with 9 kills. They have another talent tier lead. 13 to 11 is a 2-level lead for Bancho. They're going to stay in this bottom lane, start moving around, getting XP elsewhere as well. Won't be able to protect these sappers. They hit up top from Dahaka. But there's a couple things to do, and I think now seeing where this next altar is going to be, this is certainly the best spot to be. Protect this bottom lane, make the route here that much harder for the Found Vikings. Of course, they have no well here either. And if they can secure the altar, of course, it will be 5 shots to Haka. Boot back into tower range. Minions just showing up. Great silence by Stukov. And Ariel can't heal herself. Great play by Sailor Sky. Might be enough to get a kill on the other side, though, from Bancho, but no contender staying alive. Dahaka very low, 200 health. Dicky not going to make it out. Doesn't share the same fate as Alarak. And now Found Vikings push back again. They get the 1 kill, but don't get more. They don't get the fort, and they don't get this altar. Shots being sent through from Johanna. 5 of them to be exact, now giving a 13-shot lead on these cores for Bancho. Still trying to hold this down. Ariel has respawned, making the long journey back here to the bottom right altar. Combination of Diablo and Stukov worked to perfection in the last fight. They've been trying to pull it off again, but the silence already been used by Sailor Sky. Concussion Mine in a good spot, bopping back this Diablo again, and PJ Tim is down. Might be 2 here on Alarak as Armaments was popped by Blue Steen. And yes, they will get the double kill on Alarak, the same 2 heroes that fell last time. They're keeping them killed again. They lose this fort, but with 2 heroes down, might be able to quickly re-secure it, especially with this sapper camp that they're grabbing. Bancho well on their way to level 16 as well, still holding on to a 2-level lead. Dahaka finally making his way up top to start gathering some of that XP needed to come back here for the Found Vikings, as they will lose this bottom fort yet again. Triple altars up next, and a potential 15 shots for Bancho. They're keeping minions destroyed down here with the Junkrat very well. Ariel's still here, hanging out, making sure he's safe. You see Johanna potentially moving on to the bottom shrine, or altar rather. Imperious on the top left altar. And everyone from the Found Vikings so far over here on the top right. Imperious going to be delayed here once again by Contender. There it is. Telekinesis pulling him back. Discord Strike also continues. Now Bancho end up giving away 2 of these. So 6 shots for the Found Vikings, just a 5 for Bancho. They're going to grab a sapper camp that's moving bottom lane and potentially move on to the boss. Imperius is scouting it. They know their opponents have to defend bot. They're actually going to find the Haka. Spear connecting. Blue Steam. Great whip there by Spice. Essence and Dig being used. Concussion Mine. See you later, Dicky. 13th kill of the game for Bancho. They will concede over the bottom bell tower. But they will get 4 shots here from the boss. That's going to be free for them. So it will be a 16-shot lead after the Headless Horseman's destroyed here. We're in the late game, still with that Talontier leads Bancho. They're at level 16, almost level 17. Still almost a full level for the Found Vikings to match that mark. They're in the bottom lane, recently getting back this bell tower. Are going to try to defend it, but you've seen how easily Bancho's been able to walk in with the siege power from Junkrat and this build from Orphea, giving them a lot of damage from a distance. Plenty of wave clear on these minions. And they're going to make their siege in yet again on this bottom fort. Diablo is maybe thinking about the flank, but instead coming in the front side. PJ Tim walking in. Discord, telekinesis, pulling back Spice. And there's the Riptire just to negate anything from happening. Apoc only hitting onto one. It's Imperius who popped his armaments just for his shield. Gets the Crystal Aegis as well. Healed back up to full by Ariel. And the turnaround happened, but not enough damage. A lot of heroics from both sides being used. And ultimately, it's just shattering teeth left to keep back Raynor. Johanna starting the channel, and I don't think anyone can interrupt this. No, Shushri gets off the 4 shots. Alarak trying to get these, but Junkrat with the interrupt key null just in time. Second grenade actually explodes anyway. A double interrupt by Junkrat as here comes Imperius once again. Orphean damage hitting onto a bunch of heroes and holding them steady here is Bancho. Might get the kill on Raynor. No, he gets his trade healing. Ariel, plenty of healing. Diablo on the backside all by himself now. And with the Haka dead, both of the frontline heroes will know. Swipes from Stukov, keeping Diablo alive. But Eternal Feast, a great spot, making sure Alarak is not getting out. That's the double kill. Diablo's still here. Will be 3. No! Can't secure the kill again on Diablo, but they do get 4 more shots. They will start working on the Sapper camp. And Bancho might end up with a win here on Towers of Doom. Just 2 shots left until they can take out the Found Vikings. 3 Sappers here in the bottom lane already. Just Raynor and Stukov here. Silence barely missing from Sailor Sky as this bell tower down to 50% health. Diablo here finally on full souls is PJ Tim. More Sappers coming bottom lane. Looks like all 10 heroes will be showing up as well. And we're back on even talents with the Found Vikings reaching level 16 over the past couple minutes. Here come these Sappers. Silence going to be dropped early and going to hold them steady by Stukov, but the turnaround happened. Crystal Aegis onto 3. Diablo still has the APOC. PJ Tim likely going to pop it soon. There it is, but the Riptire, ooh, swiped back nicely by Sailor Sky, keeping everyone alive. And that's going to be it. The bell tower is taken by the Sappers, but no kills yet. Still holding on to Eternal Feast as Orphea. Isolation from the Haka. Double spear, Imperius holding through onto 2. Diablo about to lose souls, and that might actually be game. Altar spawning. Diablo without souls is going to come back half of a tank. Found Vikings got to find a way to push all the way through to this left-hand side of the map. 5 seconds until that happens. Contender once again will be the one leading the charge for the Found Vikings. This time Johanna in the forward push and Alarak taking way too much damage way too early. See ya later, Contender. Dicky now dropping ISO onto Ariel, but not enough. They pick him up. They win. Was that a channel? Maybe it was. Maybe it was Sappers? I didn't see what the final shots were. Either way, we're heading to a game number 3. Bancho taken map number 2. Maybe they should have taken map number 1 as well. But they take map number 2 in very convincing fashion over the Found Vikings, making me look silly. I picked the Found Vikings heading into game number 2. But it was Bancho. You guys had faith, and you guys made it happen for these guys. Here's the talents from map number 2. We're going to be taking another short break as we set up our final lobby of the night. Thank you for the follows coming through there. I don't think I said this one yet. Deluxe JSK. Maybe I did. Either way, you get a double thank you. I'm already getting my lobby invite, but we're going to take a short 2-minute break, and we'll be back with more Here's the Storm action. Holy moly, we're back with the final game of the night, about to at least. Bancho taking game number 2 over our number 1 seed in Division C East, the Found Vikings. And what this does for Bancho is now tie them in the standings with Winky Face at 12 points. Still, even after this last map, having one more game to play than Winky Face. So Bancho looking good right now in that 8th spot. Our teams are here in the lobby, so I don't want to waste too much time chatting about the standings. Of course, we can talk about that after our final map here. But we have quite the set now. Game number 3 about to get going, and I got to inform you where we're heading to. It will be Infernal Shrines. This one, the map selection of the Found Vikings. Sorry, I had to prep my book here for this last map. Never know if we're going to map 3, so I don't write in the team names and stuff till we get there. So I can save some paper, maybe save a tree somewhere, you know. Either way, back on draft. Alex Straza banned out. They weren't able to beat her game number 1 on Volskaya Foundry. A similar type objective where you're fighting inside a point. Here on Infernal Shrines, they're going to ban away that Alex Straza. Maybe smart here. Do they want to use this next ban on Maiev, who was also trouble game number 1 for them? The bans remaining the same so far for the Found Vikings throughout the night. And yeah, we are going to see the Maiev ban, and I think these are maybe the 2 smartest bans that Bancho could have brought out tonight here in game number 3, after seeing what happened during game number 1. Maybe game number 2 feeling a bit more confident themselves, not having to deal with those heroes and willing to go up against anything but those 2 here on Infernal Shrines. 3 seconds left for our final ban of the top half, this one belonging to the Fountain Vikings. They're going to go ahead and ban away Kel'Thas, who had been the ban all night by Ban Cho. Not willing to give him away on a map where he can get some insane value, Infernal Shrines. So Ban Cho looking at their first pick of the night. Both our other maps, they were in the second draft spot. So we'll see how their strategy is going to change. Should they want to take away one of these tanks early, as we've seen the Fountain Vikings do? Yes, they will. Johanna, the selection, just as she was in game number 2. And I talked about how she has a high win percentage in Division C. Just tonight alone, with a 100% win rating, is Johanna picking up the win in game number 1 for the Fountain Vikings, and in game number 2 for Ban Cho. She's on the team that is looking to pick up the win, but will it be enough? We do see it will be Diablo and Blaze, the pickups here for the Fountain Vikings. They had the Diablo in game number 2, the Blaze in game number 1, so getting back on a couple heroes we've already seen. The Blaze did so well in that first game because of the Warden's cages from Maiev, but will Dicky be able to find that same value here in game number 3? With so far only showing the Diablo for CC, they need to find something else. Stukov picked up here by Ban Cho, taking away possibly another comfort hero for Sailor Sky. Alex Straza and Stukov both banned away, and now maybe having to go down to the Ana, but there's a ban remaining here. For Ban Cho, do they want to use this on the Ana, as we see the final ban being used on Junkrat by the Fountain Vikings? But I think Ana has a reason to be banned here, just because of how good she is. Outside of that, like, what else are they worried about? Maybe Deckard Cain? Yeah, they're going to take away the Ana, and Ban Cho looking brilliant thus far in this draft. I am 100% satisfied with the 3 heroes they got, and even more satisfied with these bans I see. Fountain Vikings now having to dig a little bit deeper into their hero pool. Contender playing that Alarak in game number 2, not really getting started. What will they switch him onto? 3 seconds left to see these 3-4 picks. It's Lily for Sailor Sky, and Mephisto once again for Cyan. Wow, will Lily be the answer they need? No auto attacks shown thus far for Ban Cho. They have an Orphea, so Blind's maybe not going to get too much value here from Lily, but she is a somewhat hard hero to kill. She does have a cleanse. Final picks for Ban Cho. Imperious once again for Blue Steen, who was just absolutely dominant over that Dahaka in game number 2. And final pick is Hanzo, who on Infernal Shrines is a hero that maybe players have forgotten about in this draft, but a fine selection for the Cho Daddies with the final pick. Speaking of final picks, it's still contender yet to show, and he's going to hop on the Wolf. Greymane, the final choice for the Found Vikings, and now I have to once again, for the last time tonight, throw it to you guys in chat. Who do you want to vote for? Throw out them hashtags, baby. Hashtag BC or hashtag TFV. Vote now, because only one of these teams will end tonight as a winner. The other team's going home as a loser. Or will they? I mean, if Found Vikings lose tonight, they're still winners, because they're going home first place, guaranteed, locked up in Division C East. Ban Cho still trying to add to their point tally. Another point here on Infernal Shrines would give them a clear lead over Winkyface and put them into a tie with Zul'jin Distillery, even though they'd have 1 game still to play over Winkyface and 2 to play over Zul'jin Distillery. Ban Cho still want the points either way, but here we go. Game number 3. And for the 3rd time tonight on the left-hand side, we got Kinal starting off, this time playing Hanzo. Slug Odin on the Orphea. Shusvi playing Johanna. Spice on Stukov, and up top for the second game in a row, it's Bluestein version 2. They are Bancho. Over on the right-hand side, we got Cyan playing Mephisto for the second time. Contender on Greymane. PJ Tim playing Diablo. Dicky on Blaze. And last but not least, it's Sailor Sky on Lily. Ladies and gentlemen, they are your Division C East regular season champions, the Found Vikings. Level 1 talents up on your screen. And it's the Skull Missile build here from Mephisto, unyielding power yet again, which is what I've been seeing. On the other side, this is target practice from Hanzo, something you want to keep eyes on as well. Ancestral Strength, I think a bit different of a play here for Orphea. I believe she was in the E build last game. As our 4-man rotation is actually only a 3-man rotation from Bancho. We're leaving Stukov up at mid. Making sure all that XP is gathered. Actually running away from XP, Spice? No. Gonna be rejoined here by a couple heroes. As Johanna is left to dawdle behind in the bottom lane. Up top, the matchup, Bluestein versus Dicky, and this time it's Blaze getting the better half. 250 health on Imperius. He will be able to walk away. As we'll head back on down, follow the action here with Contender. Possibly working on his camp by himself. There's great. Diablo with the push. Other side, it will be Stukov and Orphea comboing for a camp of their own. Should be almost timed out at the same time, but obviously a bit earlier there by the Found Vikings. They're already back in this mid lane. Only threatened here by Hanzo, who's hitting that Q on a lot of heroes. He's going to do a lot of work later on when he gets that additional range. Explosive arrow at level 4 likely to play here to help out with the wave clear and the shrine clear. Bancho, Johanna down bottom all by herself. Gonna walk back to a wall as you see the Khazra camp being worked on by Greymane. Diablo gonna hold on to this bush. The rest of this 4-man rotation of the Found Vikings gonna join in, but Johanna knows they're here. Maybe wants to get in on the point, but gonna be too late. They're gonna concede it over. Khazra camp picked up by the Found Vikings. Just a moment too late there by Bancho, who wanted to make the move in, instead don't. At mid, bit of XP missed by both teams, but camp will ultimately be cleared out by Greymane as our shrine's active. Oh, excuse me, in 15 seconds. Excuse me, hitting my escape button there. Level 4 is for both teams finally selected. Our last one was from Lily. She started up with Serpent Sidekick at level 4. Shrine active. Arcane Punisher bottom lane will be our next Punisher. Dicky up top. There's Blaze taking a lot of damage, and you talked about the rotations having to come down, maybe even all the way from base. Ooh. Jet Propulsion gets them back down to the bottom action. It's Diablo only at 36 souls, not able to do too much in this fight. Great silence from Stukov, going to be held down by Spice. Altering the avenue to walk in was Diablo, but now with that silence being dropped, he can go back to his original thought. But not healthy enough. Not enough souls. PJ Tim going to have to use the well tap. We'll see if a re-engagement is going to happen here as Jet Propulsion leading away from Dicky. Finally showing up from top lane is Imperius as well. Landing with the spear and slowing everyone down. Johanna pulling him back with Condemn. And this might be the first blood of the game, or will it? Lily keeping some heroes alive. And that's going to be it for the fight. I don't think anyone's going down. It's just going to be the Punisher picked up by Bancho. The third game in a row where they're getting early objective advantages. This one, an Arcane Punisher over the wall as 2 heroes part the way. So you're going to get this tower down, possibly the second turret as well, and this wall. Punisher is holding back Diablo, holding back our Greymane as well. Fort already under pressure, minions showing up. This thing's likely to go down to at least 50%, but with Johanna rotating away, it's going to stay right there. let's check in rather on some of our talents and update you on some of this quest progress. Hanzo at 2 of 5 on his target practice. We can specifically look in. Heroes hit once, 4 of 5, so about to finish the first half of that quest. Up top, Imperius still here. Speaking of quests, Blaze opting for grill and kill. Khazras from both sides going to clash hand right now as Count Vikings with the better half. Because they're able to clear up these Khazras first, and theirs come out a little bit later, Johanna's going to have to try to move in and throw some of her own abilities at it. Yeah, not enough siege damage really is the problem. They're having to use the Grey Mane split out on a lot of these camps. Currently split down bottom, just killing minions. Contender being a big piece to the puzzle here for the Found Vikings at level 10. We're talking about a completely different story. Of course, we're going to have First Bullet and Consume Souls, which will combo nicely for a lot of damage on a single target. But is that enough in and of itself? We have to find out, but we're getting a lot closer to those heroic counts. Already at level 9 is Ban Cho. Almost at level 9 are the Found Vikings. Back up top, Imperius still harassing Dicky. Blue Steen has not let Dicky play either of his heroes over the past 2 games since he's gotten himself on Imperius. Still more action down bottom. Johanna trying to hold heroes here, but being flipped back and held here is Stuton. Fights low, but has that bio kill switch, getting a lot of these members of Ban Cho back to full health. They're trying to turn around, but not quite able to as they get to the heroic mark first. Let's see their picks. Eternal Feast, that swipes Dragon's Arrow, Blessed Shield, and the armaments from Imperius, who is still up top, still dueling with Blaze. And maybe starting to think about backing up as they lost vision on their opponents. Blue Steen playing safer by his wall. Kaza camp secured down bottom by Ban Cho. Maybe trying to secure this bottom fort before they make their way up to the shrine. Hanging out here against Mephisto, but Shady Mephisto going to send him back to his spawn point, back to safety. His fort also back to safety as the camp's cleared up. Minion wave cleared up. Actually, maybe these minions push forward in a second because you see the damage is favoring the blue side. Also favoring the blue side is the setup here on the point. They're inside first and already gather up 5 of these skeletal defenders. Imperius the last to be here. And they're first to the 10 mark. Last to arrive is Contender on Grey Mane, but already moving forward is the Found Vikings. Bit of slowing from Blaze being applied with these oil slicks. Jet propulsion as well, gonna stun with the combustion on the backside, but Hanzo leaping away. Will be locked into this APOC, and the slow, so great from that combustion. Enough to get the kill onto 1. Consume Soul's not gonna get 2, but the triple kill, the turnaround, make it 4 as Contender goes down, maybe even 5. Just Mephisto's still alive. The spear connecting from Imperius. Orphea throwing in some damage. Shady Mephisto gonna pull him right back to his death. It's a mega kill by Ban Cho. Their first mega kill of the night, coming at a great time for them. Second objective about to be grabbed. 36-37. See you later, Skeletal Defenders. Second objective of the game for Ban Cho. And maybe, just maybe, will they be able to find the first fort of the game here? With your Imperius still split, he's trying to find level 13. They're all going to be assaulted quickly with the Punisher already over top. Here comes Shusui up front. 5 seconds from that Blessed Shield is Johanna. Great silence here from Stukov. And now Johanna looking for it. Shusui holding in a few, maybe? No, still has that Blessed Shield. Didn't rip it. Lily gets off the cups instead, healing back her team. And this structure is not going to go down. A second objective and a second defense is successful by your division leaders, the Found Vikings. Once again, after objectives, our teams are setting their eyes on these camps at mid. Grey Mane notably being the most aggressive hero on either team moving towards these camps. Bottom camp active in just 8 seconds. We'll see who wants to move there first. Showing on mid is Diablo and Greymane. Also showing up Sukab and Hanzo. Orpheus still in the vent, hasn't revealed her position. Waiting for Johanna. Here she comes. Juicely up front. Gonna have that condemn and plus shield if they want to use it. But not gonna rip it here yet again is Johanna. Allowing their opponents to live. Even though they have this level 13 lead, they're playing slow. Van Cho playing slow. Imperious may be in trouble, threatening to invade here. This contender spear coming the wrong direction. Blue Steam has to start backing right on up. Jet propulsion and combustion connecting from Blaze. Here's the armaments being popped just to remain alive. Tower shooting Greymane. One more, maybe no. Great job by Imperious to get away. Should have a spear soon too. Dicky trying to heal himself. 450 health, and wow. All of those heroes almost falling, but no one going down. We do have a pause. And I'm going to flip us over to this scene so we don't reveal any map positioning. Chat, we got Krug Hots here saying, sup, Murata. You can call me Murda, though. Hope you're enjoying your stay here tonight at twitch.tv/MurdaRG. If you're watching over on YouTube, now is a fantastic time to go ahead and hit that follow button. I think they call it a subscribe button over there. Go ahead and hit that, because it's the exact spot you want to be to catch some NGS action, at least all the action I'm casting. Pause here by Bancho. I'm not sure what the holdup is, but want to make sure everyone is in game with a fair ping, decent frame rate, and hopefully comms are working as well. As actually I see that's the issue. Comms apparently cutting out for Bancho, and we're in a weather delay. Oh wait, maybe we're coming back. Looks like we are coming back. We'll let them know I'm ready. R's have been thrown. 3, 2, 1. All right, we're back in action. Bancho still bottom lane. Will get the first port of the game. Will get down this well. That's big because that was the only well remaining nearby for this next shrine here. Will be bottom positioning. Frozen Punisher up next. And there's another fort here at mid hanging on a thread. We'll see if they also want to try to get this down with that minion wave and this walk forward by Johanna. Looks like this is exactly what they want to do. Get down this next fort in line. They'll be getting that periodic XP, which is the important part, helping spread their XP lead. And they're even going to get an invade now onto this enemy shaman camp. First signs of aggression we've seen almost all night from Bancho. I did see a little bit on Towers of Doom over on the enemy sapper camp, since we do have a raid coming in, I believe. I don't know what that was. I couldn't even read it. Okay. Thank you. I think it was cool. Bancho still in the lead, getting the second shaman camp in a row there. Going to make their way down to the bottom, as that was very well timed. Just about 6 seconds now until the shrine's active, and that bruiser camp just making its way up to mash against these red minions. Blaze going to stay late, or no, Dicky actually going to make the rotation down. They're not willing to give up too much more, but they're down a talent here. And moving in here with that level 16 is going to be very risky. Here are those talents up on your screen, and they're going to concede over the fourth objective. Over to Bancho. This one pushing bottom will be on a keep wall. And the Found Vikings trying to get whatever they can find. So far it's going to be one of these towers. But on the other side, Punisher picked up. They're going to take the camp with it. Found Vikings, they're going to get the fort, but they have to hearth quickly. How quickly can it be them? Here comes some of those backs. Punisher already on this wall. Maybe a bit late are the Found Vikings. We're going to go ahead and say it. With the wall already down, turrets down, there's the leap, there's the spear, and Mephisto's not in the right spot at all. Oh, that was a shade Mephisto. Totally lied. Cyan's back. He's safe. Completely misconstrued by the caster, but there's the combustion. Hitting a few, or will it? The consumed souls hits a few at least. Spice the one who's low. Possible about kill switch before falling. Eternal Feast locking in the damage on Diablo, still doing damage. A lot of value from Orphea. Dixie and BJ Tim so low. Keep's going to be the first one to go down as the Punisher stunning on 4. Cyan falls. A 1-for-1 trade. And now trying to push forward. Hanzo almost finishing off Lily. The spear connects on the Greymane, and Contender going to fall. No, Contender rolling away as well. Or will he? Hanzo 1-2. Double kill on the backside means now Bancho potentially looking to end. 20 seconds for Mephisto. They're hanging out here with one of these catapults. But no, they're going to back it up. Seeing their opponents grabbing level 16. Instead going to rotate mid, start working on another wall. Bancho have really started to open this one up against the Found Vikings. Keep down bottom. Now looking at the second keep. This one will be mid. Greymane still not respawned. 3 seconds for that. As Mephisto going to threaten everyone else back. Stukov rejoins Bancho. And they're going to make the full retreat. Probably to get some of these camps still on the map. We have a neutral one down bottom. There's Orphea. I believe revealing herself on that wall there. But they're able to get the camp anyway. Holding the bush. We're going to keep an eye and see if anyone from the Found Vikings wants to make a rotation towards this camp. It's too late. They now see it's been picked up. As they remain in the safe soak. Rotating themselves mid. Maybe rotating all the way to the top. Contender walking through bushes unchecked. Very spooky from Greymane. Now going to find Johanna. Flesh Shield is an option here for Schuster. They're not going to use it. Instead, they just want to make sure they get that fort down, and they do. All the outer forts now down for the Found Vikings. Bancho almost at level 20. Those Storm Talents would be very big for this 5th objective. 16 minutes and 15 seconds in. They're looking at stealing away another camp here, invading. And this is maybe the fight that the Found Vikings need, but without Blaze nearby, very hard to take it. Diablo, however, calling the team forward, knowing they got to make something happen before 20. Not able to make it happen before that camp's taken or that silence from Stukov. Eternal Feast as well did enough to get a kill. Here's the Blessed Shield now holding back Mephisto. Cyan, the only one not hit by the Dragon's Arrow, but the spear connects. And Mephisto's down as well. Orphea still trying to kill some heroes, but not able to get Lily. Ooh, Kinal with that extra range. Threatening back Sailor Sky a bit. They don't want to push in. See, maybe they want this keep. Yeah, they're going to stay here in this mid lane. I don't really mind this. Just the Hanzo to be used for the Shrine Clear. And this will secure them more catapults, more XP, certainly more advantage with a Punisher coming for mid lane. Blue Steam trying to hold him back. Mephisto spawning in 10 seconds, but likely going to be too late to protect this keep. One swipe from Stukov, still holding on to those next two. Keep still standing, and it's another successful defense, but won't mean too much with this Punisher coming, because it's going to go down in just a moment. Level 20s are here. I'm going to make sure you get to see those. There's the Heavenly Host by Imperious. This should be a lot of fun if you can start getting any kills with it. Punisher picked up Arcane Variety Spear on the front side. Here's the Dragon's Arrow on 3. Playing the game. Eternal Feast and Diablo down just like that. Blaze in the same moment. Punisher leaping forward. Mephisto trying to get away. Cyan so slow because look at all this coming out from Johanna. Keep still remains, but one touch and it's down. There it goes. Only have 2 damage and a support in defense here as the Punisher moving on to the core, leaping onto Mephisto. Great main backside trying to get the damage in, but not nearly enough as Bancho set their sights on a game number 3 victory, and they will secure the upset over the Found Vikings, taking it 2-1. Wow. Towers of Doom and Infernal Shrines are the recipe for success for Bancho tonight. They knock off the number 1 seed and move themselves into fine positioning here in the bottom half, but in the half they need to be in of the playoff picture for Division C East. Here's your match summary brought to you by Nexus Gaming Series. What a set, what a comeback. The reverse sweep is complete. Here are your talents as I'm going to try to reach out to Blue Steen. Holy moly, what a set for them. I'm in the right channel. Blue Steen interview. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. Welcome B-Train to the channel. Thanks for hanging out tonight. And again, I don't know who that host was from during that last game, but if it was one of you guys watching, thank you. Try messaging them in-game. Interview. See if he responds to that one. But either way, just hanging in. I don't know who's coming. Oh, we're getting a reply here from Blue Steen. He says, sure thing. Okay. Still waiting. Thank you for your patience, chat. All right. Oh, here we go. Hey, joining us in chat now, over from our winners tonight, knocking off the number 1 seed, Bancho. How are you feeling tonight, Blues?
Pretty good, actually. That was a solid comeback, so pretty happy with tonight's performance.
So obviously game number 1, you guys started off hot, you looked really good, and I was projecting you guys being able to move forward through for the victory on Volskaya Foundry, but something happened, something fell apart once the heroics hit for the Found Vikings. What else was it game number 1 that gave them that win, and what were you able to fix there?
You know what? Like they had some unbelievable coordination. Like once they hit level 10s, it was really tough for us to really get set up and to get into positions we wanted to get into. So they made life really difficult there. But like you said, like pre-10, we were really confident we were playing well, and yeah, kudos to them. Like they did an amazing job locking us down.
But then they actually, you come out game number 2 and you pick Towers of Doom, and you guys just dominated them on the map. You had the Junkrat and the Orphea, so much damage from range. What was really your theory going in with that comp? Oh, sorry, I just totally realized I said that whole question and didn't hit the talk for you.
No worries.
Sorry, let me repeat it. So game number 2, you brought us over to Towers of Doom, and you guys look like a completely different team. You picked up the Junkrat and Orphea during that draft, but kind of what was your theory heading in with that comp?
Just kind of, you know, whatever we tried to do in game 1 clearly didn't work out post level 10. So we just tried to throw a curveball. You know, like they've been playing really well, obviously being the number 1 seed. So we were just looking to be a little unpredictable and see if we could get an edge in that sense rather than just trying to go head to head.
So also game 2, we saw you unveil for the first time tonight that Imperious, and through games 2 and 3, easily my MVP of the night for Bancho. How does it feel getting on this hero? You got to play, obviously, game number 2 against Dahaka, and then that last game against Blaze, but it felt like you just had the favorable matchup. Did you feel good with it?
Sorry, I didn't catch the end of that question.
Just saying how confident it appeared you were with the matchups against the Dahaka and the Blaze with Imperious. How did you feel with the matchups?
I felt pretty good. It's not a hero that we've really used too often so far in NGS, but I think he's someone that works well with our style of play. So it's being down game 1, we kind of felt like we had nothing to lose. So same with like the same logic we had when we went in with Junkraz, just to kind of throw a curveball and try something new. And yeah, he's a hero that we feel is pretty good in the solo lane. So felt pretty confident going into those matchups for sure.
Yeah, and then we talked about game number 2 being a stomp. Game number 3 was starting to look close for a second, but you guys just got the lead and pushed it insanely forward. Every single objective on Infernal Shrines. How comfortable are you guys on the map? And was it really more a product of the composition, getting back on some of the heroes you like? Of course, having the Orphea again. Maybe moving on to that Hanzo, which you like there.
Yeah. We did a good job zoning out the objective and just getting some like timely kills there. Our rotations were really good as well. So the first half of the game, I think we did a good job just really controlling the point. And then once Hanzo hits that power spike in terms of doing the objective when his arrow explodes, like he can just clear that on his own in an insane amount of time. So at that point, like all we're doing is trying to keep them off the point, and he did a good job. And yeah, it's just a matter of like keeping your foot on the gas and grabbing camps and keeping the map blue for us and yeah, just keeping the pressure up.
So I got to cast you guys against Calculated Throw, where you guys had what I said then was a comeback victory, or kind of like an underdog story against them. And then you do it again here tonight against the Fountain Vikings. What is your message to Division C East as we see these playoffs approaching and Bancho looking like going to be one of those participants? What's your message to these other teams in the division?
I guess we're that type of team that they're like maybe in the regular season don't always put in the strong, consistent performance, but I'd like to think that we're the team that nobody really wants to play, especially in like a first round matchup. So I mean, generally as a 1, 2, 3 seed, you're looking for a favorable matchup, but as inconsistent as we can be in the regular season, I think we have a pretty high ceiling. And, we're just looking with the mindset of being a tough opponent to anyone. So I don't know, if we end up with like a lower seed, 6, 7, 8, then I think it's going to be tough with whoever goes up against us.
I think that was perfectly said. Again, congratulations tonight on the victory. And before I let you go, I got to give you a bit of space here for some shout outs. So Blue Steen, the mic is yours.
Big shout out to Skev, who sat out tonight, watched us play. Big shout out to the Leafs for winning game 3 against Boston. That was big for us. That's why we were a little late coming into the game today. If it went to overtime, I think we might have had to forfeit. So I'm glad they took that in regulation.
Yeah, I know a few guys from Regen have been watching the Leafs play, and I've been hearing it all week in our sports talk chat. So, I said at the start of the cast, go Leafs. I'll say it again. I hope the Maple Leafs can make it.
Yeah, me too. Don't try and schedule games with us on Wednesday or Friday.
Uh-oh. Well, I think you're up against Regen Red next, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, actually, we got a pretty heavy week coming up. We got a game on Tuesday and then 2 on Thursday. We got a doubleheader, so just trying to make up as much as we can on those flex weeks. It's bad scheduling on my part, so I apologize to all the other captains.
Well, best of luck, my man, and looking forward to maybe seeing you in those Division C East playoffs.
Oh, thanks for having us, and yeah, we plan on being there. Hopefully we can do it.
All right, Twitch chat, that is it for tonight. Just so much action going on with the subs tonight. Whoever our anonymous gifter was, big thank you to you. Thank you for everyone who showed up tonight. It's one of those days where I'm just, hopping in, casting by myself. Always a pleasure to have you guys be here and be a part of it. Congratulations again to Ban Cho. They are the victors tonight, 2-1 over the found Vikings. They're trying to get their spot in the NGS Division C East playoffs, and a few games next week might be all they need. Until next time, I'm Murda. Make sure you hit that follow button over here on Twitch and YouTube. Also find me on Twitter at MurdaRG. I'll see you guys tomorrow night with some more NGS action.